Well, welcome to USD 239 School Update Show. I'm Superintendent Chris Vignery, and today it's just going to be me. I will be bringing you the show. Our topics today we will be discussing school finance, the state budget woes, and also we will giving you a first look into our new construction facility here at the high school. So first off, I would like to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the state, how it pertains to education. The state of the state, basically, if you're well aware, you should be aware that the state has a revenue crisis going on right now, lack of revenue. Budget cuts have been happening the last several years in different agencies. With schools, there's been minor budget cuts, there's been some cuts. Mainly it's stayed pretty steady the last 4 years. But right now, the state of Kansas, to finish out the fiscal year here at the end of June, probably looking at about a $350 million deficit. And if nothing is done between now and next fiscal year, we're looking at an additional $600 million. So in the 2-year total, we are talking about $1 billion deficit. So right now, currently, your senators and your representatives are trying to find a plan to try to fill that hole. And so it is important that you follow along with this and you contact your state representatives here in Minneapolis for the North Ottawa County School District. Susan Concannon is in Beloit. She is your House of Representatives, along with Senator Elaine Bowers. She lives in Concordia. And so it's important to let them know that you support schools, you support a tax plan, one that will benefit the people of Kansas. And so basically, what are the plans for this year to fix the $350 million hole by the end of the year? I don't think they necessarily have a plan right now. They are throwing out lots of different ideas, but none that they can agree upon yet. And so if they do not agree upon anything, then it is probably evident that schools will probably be cut, because the budget for schools is about 52% of the Kansas budget. And so it is important that they find something to fill that gap. Currently, they did talk about a 5% cut to schools. However, that did not go through. Then they talked about a 3% cut to schools, and that didn't go through as well. But to put that in perspective, a 5% cut to North Ottawa County School District is about $192,000. With only 4 months to go left in the school year, it would be very difficult to find $192,000. And so we know that this is probably one plan that's probably not going to work. But please contact your representatives, let them know that no more cuts to schools. Also, basically, if they can fill that gap, what are they looking at next year? The House did pass a plan that would generate about $590 million for next year to help cover the losses there in a tax plan, and then an additional about $480 million the subsequent years. And so that plan did pass the House. It also passed the Senate. It now sits on the governor's desk. He has 10 days to veto it or to sign it. If he does neither one, then after 10 days it will become law, and which would be a great thing for the state of Kansas. Part of that tax plan right now, currently, the state of Kansas has a 2-tiered tax system. And as you remember, in 2012, our people in Topeka, our legislators, they did pass the tax cuts of 2012 that had to do with granting LLCs an exemption, a tax exemption, as well as lowering your taxes, my income taxes, the rest of the state of Kansas. So they've kind of re-looked at that, and they've decided that they will go ahead and put that taxes back into place. That's how they're trying to fix this. Like I said, they went from 3 tax brackets down to 2. They're taking that back up to 3. So depending on where you fall, you may have a tax increase, you may stay the same. But either way, it is going to be a win for education. It's going to be a win for the state of Kansas. And so that is good news if it does not get vetoed. Like I said, otherwise, then we're going to have to endure more cuts. And even if it stays steady, basically since 2009, it's either been a cut or it's stayed steady. And if it stays steady, it's basically a cut. Because some things that they don't talk about in Topeka is when schools get the same amount of money, they're not talking about utility costs, they don't stay the same. Health insurance costs, they don't stay the same. Your insurance doesn't stay the same. In fact, there are payments that we make to difference. In fact, we are part of a special ed co-op, and that's how we get our special ed teachers here, and we have to send more money to them because they're being cut as well. So in a sense, even though we stay steady, we're still being cut. And so it is important, once again, that we find a way to increase the revenue here in Kansas and no more budget cuts. So gloom and doom there. Hopefully good things happen here on out. But at this time, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your Eagle Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit eaglecom.net to learn more.
Well, welcome back to our show. We're going to move on to something a little more exciting, a little more fun to talk about is our new facility here at our high school. 2015, you the voters passed a bond issue that allowed us to expand our classrooms at the grade school and as well as here at the high school. Earlier in the fall, we took a little tour of the grade school, and so now we're going to take a little tour of the high school so we can show you what our bond did for us. And start out with, we're here in the gymnasium. This was a needed addition for us. As you know, we shared our gym facilities with our junior high and our high school, sometimes had to split the gym for classes. As far as practicing for sports, we'd have to practice in the morning. So this is exciting. This is an exciting opportunity for us for space. This gym seats about 1,300 people. Prior gyms seated around 680. So even there, we definitely have more seating space. Hopes of this gym is to host sub-state volleyball, regional wrestling, sub-state basketball. Gives us those opportunities now. So we're looking forward to to that happening. Other things here on the south end of the gym is a wrestling practice facility. It doubles as our storm shelter. The wrestling facility currently is at the north end of the block, attached to the district office. So as we know, our wrestlers have to get out of school in the wintertime to walk in the cold. Then when they're done practicing, they get back outside in the cold, come here to shower. So that is another great addition to this gymnasium. We also have added 4 classrooms. Classroom space was needed. We shared classrooms with teachers. We also used an outdoor classroom for one of our classes. Some teachers did not have a classroom. So once again, the added space is wonderful for us here. Where we're sitting on now used to be the parking lot. And so this parking lot where we're at, it held about 55 parking spaces. Our new parking lot holds around 110. So we've doubled our parking spaces. So we're pretty excited about that. But just a lot of good things happening. We had opportunity to continue to take pride in our school system. So not only just athletics, but academics as well. Once again, thank you for joining us today. I do want to add one little plug. Once a month, I have a coffee talk, usually advertised in the Messenger, and so get an opportunity, come out 9 in the morning at the district office or call the district office. You want to know when the next one is, and we'll let you know. Otherwise, look in your newspaper. But once again, thank you for joining us this month, and have a great day. Thank you.